Hi, this is Christian, and welcome back to the 6th season of NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news. Coming your way, the Hall of Fame game predictions. Oh boy, the NFL season has finally returned, and it's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Arizona Cardinals at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio for the 2017 Hall of Fame game. Now, the Dallas Cowboys had high aspirations coming into last season after going 13-3. They stormed into the playoffs only to fall to the Green Bay Packers 34-31 on a last-second field goal by Mason Crosby to kick them out of the postseason. For the Arizona Cardinals, it was a rough season for them as they went 7-8-1 and had a struggling season. Carson Palmer had regressed. Larry Fitzgerald still dominating along with David Johnson, could be an MVP candidate this year, but the Cardinals could really never get going, had a rough start to the season, and now this season they'll be looking to get back to the postseason after making the NFC Championship game in the 2015 season against Carolina. For the Cowboys, well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Ezekiel Elliott storyline, but he probably wouldn't play in the Hall of Fame game anyway. So it'll be interesting to see some of the Dallas Cowboys backups, maybe Alfred Morris and Darren McFadden, trying to get some rushing time in case Ezekiel Elliott does not play to the start of the season. And for the Arizona Cardinals, it'll be interesting to see how their secondary pans out. Of course, they have a great safety in Tyrann Mathieu, who's coming back from an injury and fully healthy this season. And they also have Patrick Peterson, a Pro Bowl talent and a top 20 NFL player. But then they have to look at their other safety position as well as their other corner position. Right now, it would be Justin Bethel for the other corner position opposite Peterson. So it'll be interesting to see if someone else can come out through the usual special teams role of Justin Bethel. Overall, I think this should be a very interesting game as we get back to football, but ultimately, I'll take the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Arizona Cardinals in the Hall of Fame game. I'm just about that action, boss. The player of the week is Oakland Raiders running back Marshawn Lynch. Now, coming out of retirement, Beast Mode is ready to dominate the NFL once again. And for the Raiders, they need a running back presence. Certainly with Latavius Murray's breakout season, but now headed to Minnesota, it'll be up to Marshawn Lynch to propel the Oakland Raiders offense back on track and get them maybe to a Super Bowl appearance. The Christian's Crew Team of the Week is the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, every offseason, there's teams that are talked about for a breakout season. This season, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tennessee Titans, for example, but no one's really talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a team that had made the postseason for 5 straight years before falling off the mountain in 2016, going 6-9-1, but they had lost a lot of close games, had a lot of injuries, and while the Bengals, I think they could be back for another great season this year. I think Andy Dalton is in for a pretty rebound season with new weapons, Joe Mixon in the backfield, and also John Ross opposite A.J. Green at receiver. And if Tyler Eifert can stay healthy, then I think the Bengals could be that rebound team that no one expects to make the postseason this year. For the rookie spotlight, we take a look at Samaje Perine, the 4th rounder from the Washington Redskins this year. Now, Perine, he had a breakout season in Oklahoma this year after Joe Mixon was suspended from the team, and Perine definitely stole the show. And for the Redskins, he hopes to do the same. The Redskins already have 3 running backs on their roster in Matt Jones, Fat Rob Kelly, and Chris Thompson, but Perine can carve out his niche with the Redskins if he has an impressive preseason showing, and maybe he could even be the starter this year. We'll just have to find out and see, but I think right now, Samaje Perine, a breakout candidate for 2017. When your starting quarterback goes down, who do you need? The backup quarterback, of course. And I had a question. Who is the best backup quarterback in the NFL? Well, I have 3 options. Jimmy Garoppolo, Matt Moore, and Deshaun Watson. Well, we'll start out with the obvious and Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, Garoppolo probably won't start, obviously, unless Tom Brady gets injured or suspended again. But Jimmy Garoppolo has proven he can be a clutch player After Brady was suspended the first 4 games of the 2016 season, Jimmy Garoppolo came in for the first 2 games before getting injured himself and did admirable, winning that first game against the Arizona Cardinals and playing pretty solid against the Miami Dolphins in Week 2 before Jacoby Brissett had to come in and replace him due to an injury. And Jimmy Garoppolo has also fielded trade values from teams like the Houston Texans and Cleveland Browns. So Jimmy Garoppolo right now, I believe, is a top backup in the National Football League. Taking a look at the second player is Dolphins backup quarterback Matt Moore. Now, Matt Moore, he had to step in after a knee injury to Ryan Tannehill against the Arizona Cardinals, and he immediately stepped in, driving passes down the field, giving the Arizona Cardinals an L in that game as Matt Moore led them in the fourth quarter, and then came in the next week on a short notice on Thursday Night Football and delivered 4 touchdown passes. It was against the Jets defense, but still against an NFL defense nonetheless, and then came in against a must-win game in Buffalo in the cold, and Jay Ajayi ran all over the field, and Matt Moore had himself another big day to send the Dolphins to the postseason for the first time in a long time. Matt Moore is definitely the quarterback that you would want if your quarterback had gotten hurt. And now, the X Factor, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I know, he hasn't played a down in the National Football League. But I think Deshaun Watson, if he doesn't even become the starter, which he might be, but right now Tom Savage is slated to start for the Texans, but I think Deshaun Watson can be an excellent backup until he gets his starting opportunity, and when he does, I think the Houston Texans could be a contender in the AFC.